What's up, guys? Dave Van Auken here, Fight Bananas, with a very special, very cool guest, Pearl Gonzalez. How are you doing?
I am amazing. Good morning. It's still morning my time. I don't know if it is yours, but good morning and thank you for having me on.
No, absolutely. Pleasure's all ours. We love you here at Fight Bananas. We've been seeing a lot of you lately. It's so funny. So we met at iKON 1, Biloxi, Mississippi, 4 or 5 months ago. I thought you were terrific. It was awesome. It was great to meet you. And then you've been just a rolling ball downhill, a couple iKON events, commentating, working with them. First of all, let's kind of go there. Where did you get that phone call? Where did that connection meet with UFC Fight Pass and iKON? And now you're like a part of the team. You're a part of the family now.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I totally am. And thank you. Likewise. It was so nice to meet you. We had a great time at the little after party we had after that iKON fight.
Did.
It just kind of fell in my lap, actually. You know, I got a phone call and was like, hey, there's a position open for commentating on a brand new show. Potentially it'll be once a month. I think that you would be really great for this. And I think you should try it out. And so I was like, awesome. And I got a hold of Dean Toole, and Dean and I talked. Dean is amazing, by the way. I give him shit all the time, but gosh, I'm so grateful for Dean. He's been awesome. He's been an awesome friend, mentor, and just really has kind of guided me and took me under his wing. And I'm a part of iKON family now, and I absolutely love the show. I love the cards that we're putting together. The commentating alone is it's a different beast, and I absolutely love it. And you know, thinking about it, I never dreamed, envisioned being a commentator. But someone, I think an interviewer had told me a couple years ago, like, you would do really well. TJ DeSantis actually did. And he was like, I can't wait to see you on this side of the microphone. And I looked at it and I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, you're so good on camera. You're so good on the mic. Like, you're very articulate. You're going to do great on this side. And that was kind of who gave me the idea. Right. And then when this opportunity came along, with them offering me this position, I was like, all right, cool. Let's see how it goes. And I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I still get to grow. I have to study these fighters. I have to study their styles. I have to be sharp and on point and be able to see what's happening in the moment. Even my, reading and my own vocabulary needs to be increased. I'm like, it's very challenging to speak professionally, and you guys are amazing at that. I'm still learning how to do it. So yeah, it's just been this amazing experience so far.
So much to unpack there, and so many great things to unpack there. First and foremost, I remember tweeting it out the night of weigh-in. We saw you at weigh-ins. First time ever meeting you at weigh-ins, and Roy Jones Jr. is there, and TJ's there, and I met TJ through working with Dean through Island Fights, and now we were doing stuff with iKON, and I just TJ is so great, probably the best partner you can have, especially in a way starting off. And I think I can't wait to see where TJ is in 5 years from now, 3 years from now. I think he's just phenomenal. And so I tweeted it out. I was like, there's a lot of good fights on the show, but the show stealer could be Pearl Gonzalez on the stick, on the mic. And I thought for the first time being on UFC Fight Pass and for a big show like iKON, I thought, like you said, you really did phenomenal. And like every time now it's been a couple, San Carlos, Mexico, and it just seems like you're just ascending so quickly through that. And it's a hey, I've never been a fighter, so I've never been punched inside a cage, but there's so many things I talking to people off stage about and off air about, learning names and how to ask the next question, all that. There is a tough skill as that. And then commentating, you guys are live on the mic. Like, what you say is so invaluable. You guys it's music out there, and you guys are putting the words to the music. They're seeing Christian Lawson trying to get a submission, but what you're saying is invaluable. So, just a congrats on everything you are doing with them.
Thank you so much. And you are 100% on TJ DeSantis. He has totally another mentor for me. Like, him and I talk almost daily. I'm very close to TJ, and he's made this, I'm not going to say easy, but he's made this transition with me commentating and being on air and on TV. He's made it so enjoyable, the challenge. It's scary. Right. It's nerve-wracking to be in front of a camera and on the spot, but he's totally guided me along the way, and I feel so comfortable as long as I have him on my side. So I just hope that I stay with TJ forever.
There we go. Talking about TJ, how about you? UFC Fight Pass extra rounds. I know that they absolutely love you at UFC Fight Pass, and you guys have been like the momentum with that show alone has been, exponentially just great. So I would assume the same thing. TJ's like, hey, because he was doing it with Dean, and Dean has been traveling a lot with UFC Fight Island, and then Jillian the Savage Robertson's been so busy, and he trains with her. So it just seemed like it was one of those natural, organic paths that now you're with TJ. I think that's kind of like a full-time gig now, right? Is that not out? Okay.
Yeah. Yes, it is. It's interesting. 2020 was a big year for me. In my personal life, it was so challenging. And even in my fight career, 2020 was a big year for me. I was challenged in so many ways, and there were so many hard obstacles, moments, whatever you call it. But at the same time, although I wasn't successful in my professional fight career, in my personal life, I became a commentator. I became a podcaster, and I also got to compete. And so my skills are elevating. And 2020, for as bad as it was for me, was also a phenomenal year for me, an amazing year for me and my growth and my future.
Right.
And yeah, and the same thing with the podcast that fell in my hands. It was kind of funny because it started with Dean being in Abu Dhabi. And It was right after one of our iKON shows. And TJ was like, hey, I think I'm going to ask Fight Pass if you can do the show. Do you want to come on? You can watch the fights. It was a pay-per-view. I was like, what? I get pay-per-view for free? Fuck yeah, put me on. And then he was like, never mind. Fight Pass hit me up. They asked me to ask you to come on. And I was like, well, perfect. So I did it that first time, and we had a great time. And then the second show, we did like some insane number, like 765,000 views.
Right.
And then the next show after that, we hit 965,000 views in 2 hours. It was fucking incredible. Like, we did more than the post-fight show on I don't know, more than other post-fight shows. I can't.
Yeah, like on ESPN Plus. I've heard that. I talked to people behind the scenes, and they said you and TJ on Facebook Extra Rounds did more than literally right after the pay-per-view ends on ESPN Plus. You guys did more than them.
It's fucking insane because I'm so, especially commentating, you kind of have to be more professional. And
sure.
And I'm still a fighter. I'm an athlete. I've been a fighter my whole life. And the way I view the sport is we're very raw. And we don't really have filters, like I swear all the time, just the way that we are. And right. I get to be myself on the podcast. And it was cool to see like that the fans love that and they enjoy that too. So I don't have to pretend and be like professional. I make drinks on there. That's kind of my thing this year. Because it's now full time for me. I want to make drinks and different drinks for different occasions. This week I'm doing a proper 12 drink. I'm even thinking about doing a proper 12 Irish bread whiskey bread pudding. There it is. I got the recipe. So like I get to also have fun. I like to make drinks. Right. I was a bartender for a long time. So now I get to make a drink. I get lit on this fucking show. Like last week, they were like, it was the best show yet. And I was like, I was fucked up. What happened? Like,
I don't remember it.
Yeah. And TJ's like, I was like, TJ, you want me to get drunk like that again? He's like, I don't know. Cause you ramble stupid shit. I guess we did some poll for his prediction for 2021 and mine. And mine was completely ridiculous. His is like Logan Paul's going to get signed to the UFC. And I was like, Logan Paul's going to do a contender series. And if the reality, thinking about it, TJ or Dean's messaging me like, that's stupid, Pearl, that you're wrong. But anyways, we did a poll and of course I won because I was like, you better vote for me, guys. And I won. And TJ was pissed. Like I had to hear him for an hour after this podcast about how wrong my prediction was. But I was like, I just pulled my strings. You know what I mean? People love me. They're going to vote for my decision. So I won. It doesn't matter. And he was pissed about it, but it's fun. It's a great show.
It really is. You guys have a great chemistry. You can't fake that. You just never really know until you do it and bounce shit off back and forth. So you never really know. Kind of going back a little bit to where this show started and where with you with iKON, like the best thing I can tell anyone, people, even I bet you they ask you all the time, oh, how can I become a fighter? How can I become a all this stuff? How can I start doing podcasts? And I always say there's like one, to me, correct answer. Just don't say no. If someone asks you to help clean the ring, say yes. If someone asks you to, hey, can I, help with the tickets that day? Just say yes. Then someone asks you, can you hold the camera for someone? Say yes. And then you just never know. You never know what door that's going to open. You never know. Like me going to that show, met you at that show, and now we talk on this. And everything just keeps on leading and opening up. So like kind of with that, where do you think you are going to be in 6 months with this, a year from this, 2024? Where's Pearl Gonzalez in this commentating podcast space?
Oh my God, I'm going to be the queen of fucking MMA. That's what I'm going to be. That's my goal for 4 years. Drops the mic. I don't know. I think that right now I am very eager to grow. I think that I'm at an interesting place in my competitive career where I am questioning whether or not I want to continue to compete. Not because I don't love it. I love training. I love fighting. I love growing. But there is much more opportunity right now in the TV world, and I love it. I love being on TV. It's something that I know that has always been natural and has always been one of my callings. The goal was always to join to fight until I got to a certain platform and then move it over into TV, and that's been my goal since day one, since I was 20 years old when I came back to the sport. So it's interesting. I think that in 4 years, I will definitely be on TV somewhere. Who knows? Maybe I'll be a president of one of these badass shows. Like, I feel like I could totally do that, and a promoter of some sort. Or I know that I want to mentor the younger generation, especially women, and help them kind of market themselves. And just there's pieces to this, to being a competitor and to being in this sport. Yes, we are athletes, and yes, that's most important, and that's priority is becoming the best athlete, the best fighter that you can be. But we are also entertainers, and you don't have to. You can promote yourself in any way that you want to. There's different ways and angles to hit. I choose to promote myself in the way that I enjoy. I love being sexy. I love being a woman. I love being beautiful. No one's ever gonna take that shit from me. And so, yes, I flaunt it. I put it out there because I enjoy it and I love it. Someone else might not like that. They might be into something else, but whatever you are passionate about, you need to share that with the world, because you're obviously talented and you're skilled, and you can give that, shine your light to the world. And I think that that's an important piece to the fighting that hasn't quite, like, you look at Conor, and Conor's the god of it, right? You look at some of these athletes, you look at Jorge Masvidal. He's so fucking incredible at it. And the promotions and just being this character, being this entertainer. And so I think that it's a big piece that not all fighters have kind of got on board because they don't feel like it's necessary. But we are entertainers. And even at this point in our sport, we are damn near the only sport, the main sport. Like, I feel like we're number one in sports right now. And with that being said, you want to shine your light for the world, not just so the world can see you, but too, like, that sets you up for what you're doing after your career, because the fight career is only so short. And once you're done fighting, where do you take it? If it's a gym and that's your thing, then understandable. But like for me, I don't want my own gym. I don't want to own a gym and teach MMA. That's not what I want to do. If I'm going to open a gym, it's going to be like a butt gym for women. You know what I mean? Like, so I need to find something else. And through the commentating and all these TV jobs that I have, I'm finding my other passions and where I can utilize my skills, my knowledge, my experience in a different way and still be a part of the sport. And so I think that that's a big thing for me, is to help mentor the next generation and learn from my mistakes. Don't make the same mistakes. Learn from me.
I think you nailed that. I love what you just said there, and I will just want to expand on it, and then we'll let you go here. But I'll ask you a Conor question, then we got 5 fun questions here, and then we'll let you roll. We appreciate your time. I just love that you, not even being a character, Conor McGregor's Conor, maybe just dialed up a little bit. Masvidal, like, you have to be yourself. Like, you got to really connect with the audience. You really got to put yourself out there. I'm a dad of 4. Every single podcast, I mention the kids somehow, way or another. It comes out. That's who I am. Like, first, foremost, in my DNA, I'm a dad. Like, that's who I am. You know what I mean? And everyone's different, and everyone has their own shtick, like their own thing. You know what I mean? So I love that you said that. You're like, hey, this is who I am, and people love who you are. If they don't, lose them. Fuck it's so easy. Yeah, fuck them. There you go.
How the fuck do you deal with 4 kids? That's a lot of babies. Like, do you sleep?
No.
Oh my God.
2 things. coffee, and alcohol.
How old are your babies?
So, okay, we have an 8-year-old boy and a 4-year-old boy. Beautiful wife. She's like, babe, I love you. I would love to have a girl. I would love to have the girl. I'm like, it would be fun. A princess. I get it. We tried to have a girl. We had twin girls, and they just turned 1 year old.
Wow, that's like perfect. 2 boys and 2 girls.
Yeah.
Like, you can't ask for a better like little village.
We got a picket fence. We got the 2 SUVs. Life's good. Well, we're pretty lucky, but it's. I always say it's a tornado at our house, 24/7. Never stops.
So
It's crazy.
Is it easier or harder with twins?
Harder.
Whew.
Because even with having the other boys, right? When one is going to sleep and they're tired and they're doing baby stuff or toddler stuff, they're down. The other one wants something at that time. It's madness. I'm not going to it's so fucking hard. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's so hard, but we get by. It's awesome. We love it. Wouldn't probably change it if we could, but it's hard.
Tell your wife she's a gangster. Okay, you tell her that. Tell her I said she's a gangster, because that sounds like here I am complaining about my shit. Like, that sounds serious. You don't sleep. That's a 24-hour job. Like, you don't get time off. Yeah.
2:30, and then 1 out of the 4 is always kind of sick, or one has a rash, or one's got a soccer game, one's got a show. And yeah, I'm gonna cut this part out and send it to her. She's gonna love it. She's gonna love it.
Awesome.
Real quick, Connor or Dustin, UFC 257, who you got?
This is so hard, because I'm gonna say Connor, because I feel like he's just so motivated and so focused right now, and he just looks like a fucking monster. And like, his mindset, his mental toughness, his mental strength is unmatched at this point, and he's just incredible. And anything that he says he wants to do, he's gonna do. And he's in a place where he's just got this conviction that he's going to finish Dustin. But Dustin, to me defines what MMA is. To me, he is the perfect definition of MMA. The sport is hard. It's gritty. It chews you up. It spits you the fuck out. It tears you down. It breaks your heart. And then you have these high moments. And he literally represents that. He's never stopped. He's never given hope despite whatever challenge has been in front of him. He's come back. He's coming back better and better every time. Yeah. Like, he just continues to persevere. Like, this man's never going to fucking stop. And maybe he'll walk away from fighting, but he'll never give up at whatever's in front of him and whatever goals. With that being said, when you have an iron will like that, when you have, how do you stop that? How do you stop that? And so that's why I think I'm conflicted with who I think will win, because of how strong and just determined the Diamond is, and he's deserving. If there's anybody more deserving to win this huge fucking fight, it's Dustin Poirier. But I love Conor, and that's where it's like, fuck, this is such a fun fight.
I love it. I know we cannot wait. The MMA world is buzzing. We cannot wait. We cannot wait to hear what you think about it with TJ soon after that. Okay, we got 5 fun questions. First thing that kind of comes to your head. You ready?
Ready.
Who would play you in a movie about you?
J-Lo.
Of course. Your favorite piece of your favorite piece of technology?
My phone.
Winner. Dead or alive?
Wait, let's go back. Wait, I'm lying. It's not my phone. It's my vibrator.
Check, please. Check. Okay. Dinner guest, dead or alive with 2 people. Who would you pick?
Dead or alive? Okay. This is amazing. Marilyn Monroe and Kobe Bryant.
Ooh, love that. If you had to start a charity about anything in the world, what would you start a charity for?
2 inner city children and helping them into an MMA gym. I mean, that's a goal. That's a dream of mine. Okay. And also drug addiction and helping young people get off of drugs and mentoring them and guiding them on how to live a better life.
Wow, I love that. It's so funny you said that. I just had like a special podcast with Felicia Spencer, UFC contender, UFC Invicta champion, and we did this whole 30-minute podcast about Narcan, about how people with overdose, and if you have this, you can really save people's lives. We did a whole thing on it. It was really, really cool. If you haven't watched it, check back. She lives here in Orlando, Florida. I live in Daytona Beach, so we're good friends. And she's like, hey, I would really love to get this message out. And we killed it. Last question. Describe yourself as a teenager in 3 words.
Oh my God. Bad as fuck. Bad as fuck. That's 3 words.
There you go.
I was a gangster and it was bad.
You still are a gangster. Pearl Gonzalez, 2021. We cannot wait. We're a huge fan of you in the fight game, huge fan of you on the mic, everything. Pearl, appreciate you and your time.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.